sending me
Sophia,
messages.
did you call me here
Is this the
to
same
sit
person?
with this snake who went to my ex-husband's house? I actually chatted with this snake on Snapchat.
If you reference me
You
as
are a snake.
You got like Carol.
Were you
Which
not?
which year? Which year did I you?
Carolyn.
Which year did I answer?
Don't you
Which year? Which year did I
Welcome back to Reality Check with me, Adaeze. Here we discuss reality shows, movies, trending topics, and topics I find fascinating. We are currently on the Real Housewives of Lagos season 3, and today we are discussing episode 9. Let me know in the comment section if this season seems to be more dramatic than the previous seasons, and that's surprising, you know, considering how the season started. But I'm beginning to feel like this season is packed with more drama than the previous season. It's almost like we can't catch a break ever since Carolyn unleashed ever since she unleashed her other side. We seem to not be able to catch a break on this show, and I'm here for it. Okay, if you decide to air your dirty laundry, if you decide to bring your family drama, if you decide to open your closet just to entertain people on social media, we're gonna be entertained. Okay, and entertained I was. So let's get into this episode. Okay, I've already talked too much. So first, we see Dabota at home, and Sophia calls her to check up on her because if you guys remember in the last episode, Dabota did not attend Sophia's wine tasting event. Dabota goes ahead to tell Sophia that she didn't attend because she went to church, but in her confessional, she confessed that the reason why she didn't attend is that she did not want to be around the ladies because it seems that anytime the ladies come together, something bad happens. Okay, Sophia goes ahead to invite her to her Ghana trip, and Dabota is like, oh, okay, when is it happening? Oh, okay. But in her confessionals, again, she confessed that she really did not want to go for the Ghana trip. Dabota then says that, okay, is this your number? I will save your number now. Because when Sophia called Dabota was like, hello, who is this? Sophia said, it's Sophia Mamodu, right? So as they were about to end the call, Dabota now says, oh, is this your number? I will save your number now. Is this your WhatsApp number? And then in her confessionals, Sophia said, she has my number. That part was so funny to me. I don't know why. But it was almost like, forget all that drama when they see you. She has my number. We've talked before. And if that's the case, why did Dabota act like she doesn't have Sophia's number? Like, why is it a thing to act like, or to actually not have your co-star's number? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But I don't think that Dabota was lying about not having the number. Even though they had talked before, it's possible she just did not save the number. But anyway, moving on. Next, we see that Laura invited Dabota out for dinner so that they can basically just talk. Okay, from what Laura was saying, the ladies have told her that Dabota does not like her, but Dabota has not told her to her face that she doesn't like her. So she wants to find out from Dabota if Dabota truly doesn't like her, and if she doesn't, why doesn't she like her? Okay, so Laura says, oh, that she heard this gist from both ladies, as in Sophia and Carolyn, that Dabota doesn't like her because of what Laura said about her in the past, about a family member in the past. So basically she wants to squash the beef, right? But let me tell you guys something. To me, this whole conversation was quite embarrassing for Laura, okay? Because it felt like Laura was trying too hard to be friends with Dabota. That's what it felt like to me, okay? So when Dabota arrives for the dinner, they exchange pleasantries, and then Laura just jumps into it like, okay, why don't you like me? You know, I know that we said we don't give a shit about each other, but, you know, I want to know why. And when she said, I know we don't give a shit about each other, Dabota now says, yes, now you won't try to do like, I'll drink to that, right? Like, it's almost like, I get it. Like, I like the fact that they were both upfront in that conversation, right? However, it seemed like Laura was genuinely trying to be friends with Dabota while Dabota was not having it. It's almost like Dabota just sees Laura like this non-entity. It was given, I see you as a non-entity, because Dabota was not like, we don't roll in the same circles, you don't even come up in my conversations, your name your name never comes up. Basically, like, she's more in tune with her circle, and Laura is just a non-factor when it comes to her life, so she doesn't really care about Laura. And Laura was like, yeah, I don't really care about you as well. I was like, if you don't really care, then why are you trying to have this conversation by force? Okay, you guys should have not been cordial the way you have been cordial since. But anyway, Dabota then goes ahead to say, look, whatever is between us, was years ago, and that's because when your sister, she didn't say your sister, but she talked about the platform, so we already know what the issue is, right? When Linda wrote what she wrote about Dabota and Dabota's child, right? Dabota, through her friend Sylvia, tried to reach out to Linda Ikeji to take down the story, okay? Because, it was false and it was triggering and it was all of that. It was about her child. So she reached out to Linda Ikeji to take down the story through a friend called Sylvia. And now, then the Sylvia then goes back to tell Dabota that Laura said that, when we are getting publicity from this whole thing, when you were getting publicity from this whole thing, you were okay with it, and then now that it's about your child, you are now angry, you now want us to take it down, basically like, you wanted to enjoy fame, but you don't want to enjoy this part of fame, right? So that's what Dabota said that Sylvia said that Laura said, okay? Now Laura denies this, okay? Laura even stood up and was like, she didn't say it, okay? And I believe Laura, but at the same time, I also believe Dabota. I feel like Dabota was not, I feel like the person who might have said that might have been Linda Ikeji herself, okay? I wasn't there, okay? I don't know any of these ladies, but I'm just trying to put two and two together, okay? I feel that it was actually Linda or somebody in Linda's team that has said this, but Dabota is just projecting it as, all of you there said this, okay, including you, Laura. Okay, so Laura is like, no, that I never said this. I really defend children. I can even team up with you, Dabota, to go and fight somebody who says something about your child, including Linda, because the person who had said something about a child in this situation was your sister, okay? So let us just cut the crap. And you could tell from Dabota's expression that she was just thinking it. She was thinking, okay, what's all this drama for? Let's just cut the crap, okay? You don't like me, I don't like you. We don't have to have this conversation, okay? But anyway, from her confessionals, Dabota said that she believes Laura, or she's choosing to believe Laura, and she's just going to try and move on. Then Laura goes ahead to tell Dabota that, at the event, towards the end, Carolyn had so much to say about you, about the private thing that happened in you guys' life with her ex-husband and all of that. Again, what was the reason? What was the reason? I remember saying this in the last episode, or is it 2 episodes ago, when Carolyn was telling Laura that Dabota does not like her. I was like, who asked you? Okay, so the same thing to Laura now. Who asked you? Allow these ladies to squash their beef on their own. Allow them to find out and squash their beef on their own, especially for Laura, who says she doesn't really care about both ladies. So why are you meddling? Why are you interested in talking about the issue with them? Like, you don't care about both ladies, stay away from it. Let the ones that claim to care about both ladies, people like Mariam and who else? At least Mariam. If it came from Mariam, I won't even feel some type of way, but coming from Laura, it just seemed like Laura was trying too hard to impress Dabota, so she had to give her dirt on Carolyn. Dabota then goes on to say that she's not going to be talking to Carolyn about it because they've had the conversation before, and that Carolyn has said, she understands. Actually, what Dabota was saying is that the so-called ex-husband's house that she went to, it was a birthday party that she went to. It was the ex-husband's birthday party, and she was invited through the event planner. Her friend, her very good friend, I think her best friend, was the event planner, so she was invited and she went for the event, okay? And she had explained this to Carolyn, and Carolyn had said, that she didn't really understand that's how the thing went, and they had squashed it and they had moved on, so she doesn't understand why Carolyn is bringing it up again, and she feels like Carolyn is going through something that is making her want attention, okay? And Anyway, I'll get into more of this later, but I believe that they had squashed it in quotes, okay? And I'm going to say in quotes because some other things happened that made me feel like, okay, maybe your idea of squashing things is not other people's idea of squashing things, okay? Then next, we see that all the ladies are on their way to Ghana. Sophia provided them with a private jet. And, you know, all the ladies were flying in style. They were so happy. Especially them and Dabota, they were so happy, they were dancing, they were twerking, they were vibing. I was like, hey, wow. The way these ladies just switch up on each other, I'm like, wow, the way they switch things up is impressive. Because me, I'm kind of even keel. I'm kind of person that I maintain the same energy almost throughout, okay? You see that being able to switch up and just being twerking for somebody, meanwhile the next minute you are acting like the person is the devil. I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever be able to get it, okay? Like, I can understand why people do that, but for myself it's like, it's cringy to me, okay? But throughout this whole journey on the private jet, I could sense that Carolyn was very, very uncomfortable. Not even uncomfortable. She was just carrying face. You see that thing that Adaeze was doing, Carolyn was doing it even times 2. When I told you guys that Carolyn is doing the same thing that she's accusing Adaeze of, you guys were coming for me that I don't know what I'm talking about. But it is at least it was most evident in this episode that Carolyn is carrying another person's matter on her head, okay, added to her own matter, which makes it worse, okay? It is added to her own matter, but she is carrying she is carrying another person's matter on her head, okay? Because why was she swelling off like puff puff as well? When the ladies came in and they were vibing and dancing, she was just on her phone, pressing her phone, just, you know, focusing on her focus. And she made it obvious that she wasn't, you know, part of all of this, okay? Anyway, so in the confessionals, Adaeze was saying that when she was in the private jet, she was quite scared because, you know, smaller planes, you tend to feel the turbulence even more, okay, when you're in smaller planes. I've not been in private jets before, but I know that in smaller planes, you feel the turbulence and all the shakes and all the moves even more. So Adaeze was saying that she couldn't wait for them to land because she was scared though, that let this plane just carry them. It was a 45 minutes journey from Nigeria to Ghana. Let this plane just carry them and land in peace, okay? Then Dabota was now saying that she was just tight where she was. She was just tight where she was. Anyway, I was just like, then Carolyn now said in her confessional, she was saying that, that you know that she's a PJ girl. As far as she's a PJ girl, and from what she knows about PJs, that Sophia must have spent at least $50,000 on the PJ. I was like, wow. I remembered hearing Sophia talk to her uncle about partnering with Airpiece. So did she pay 50,000? Is the 50K the discounted price? Let me know. But anyway, yeah. So they all get to Ghana and kudos to Sophia. I remember saying that Sophia has to come correct though. You can't go to somebody's event and be saying, I don't like my room, and then your own event will now flop, okay? And yeah, Sophia actually delivered, okay? Attention to details, luxury. When they even landed at the airport, there was a greeting party, okay? They came and played music for the ladies. The ladies were dancing. That's all this. The locals actually came to the airport to welcome the ladies in grand style, okay? And then they get to their villa, or what would I call that place? Yeah, it was a villa. They got there. They had a welcome banner with their pictures on it. And then they get into the house, and then there's this platter of food and fruits just waiting for the ladies. Oh, by the way, in the plane, they had champagne served, okay? They were drinking champagne in the plane, even though I don't like champagne. I don't even see the hype about champagne. But because people hype it, let me hype it with them, okay? So they drank champagne in the plane. Then when they got to the airport, as in Ghana, they entered a party bus, okay? And they had champagne in the bus. That's before they now got to the villa. So there was, very nice VIP treatment from the beginning of the trip. So when they got to their villa, Sophia was trying to, get them to see their rooms. And they were like, no, let them just eat first though. They've been drinking. Let them just sit down and eat first. So they all gathered to eat. And then while they were eating, Dabota, took the champagne to serve all the ladies. Then she served everybody except Carolyn. And then she says, before they would say, I want to poison somebody. And then she finished all the champagne. See, I like Dabota, okay? I like Dabota for the fact that she brings the drama. Okay, if you're talking about people that are bringing drama this season, you see Dabota and Carolyn, they are just the top two, okay? The rest are learning work where these two girls are. Carolyn, that has been swelling up since, that has been carrying face since, you now want to come and add more salt to injury, you want to come and add more fuel to the fire. Don't be surprised when you get burnt because you are laying your bed, okay? Be ready to lie on it. And that's what was happening in this episode, okay? Carolyn was just allowing the thing to simmer. She was allowing the thing to allowing the thing to get into her soul. She was cooking. Carolyn was secretly cooking. Dabota did not know. Anyway, or maybe she knew and she was ready for it as well, to be honest. Then after they finish eating, Sophia then takes the ladies to their rooms. Sophia puts in so much thought into each person's room, okay? So she gave Laura the largest room, and Laura's room comes with a lounge, like an outdoor sitting area, which is fantastic. Then she gave Dabota, and Laura is kind of the outcast, not outcast, but she's the only one that doesn't really have like a clique in the group, even though she's more with the Sophia, Miriam and Carolyn, but she doesn't really have like a body in the group, okay? Dabota and Dad, Sophia made sure to put them in the same area. They both have a very good view of the pool. Their rooms are nice, and they all had gifts in their rooms. Then Sophia said that the other two ladies, Miriam and Carolyn, warned her specifically to put them in rooms close to her room, where whichever floor they are on, they have to be on the same floor with her. So she gave them really nice rooms close to her room, right? And I was just thinking in this part, because I saw when they were just all happy, all hugging. I mean, like Carolyn, Miriam, and Sophia, they were all hugging and just having fun, vibing together. I was like, for someone who said that she doesn't want to be in a clique in this group, Carolyn is definitely enjoying the cliquish thing, okay? She's definitely eating it up. She's definitely enjoying being in a clique, but she says she doesn't want to be in a clique. Okay, sis, I hear you, I see you. But before then, Carolyn and Miriam were at the table when other ladies went to their rooms, when Sophia was showing the other ladies their rooms. And it seems that Miriam brought up the whole side comment from Dabota, and Carolyn was now going off saying that if you bring your drama to me, I'm ready to drag you to hell. You better be demure about it, because if you bring any drama to me, I am going to drag you to hell. Like, I'm not going to be demure about it. She then talked about the whole, I talked to this lady in the morning, and then in the evening, she was twerking or dancing one corner in my husband's house. Now, let me just try and piece this story together for all of you, okay? Because we'll still get into it, as well. But let me just try and piece this whole story together for all of you from what both ladies said, okay? And what Carolyn posted on social media, because Carolyn actually went to her stories and gave pages and pages of, funny enough, as I was reading it, I don't know what even just clicked in my head, and I had to go back and screenshot everything. So maybe I'll just add it here and you guys can pause and read it, okay, if you're interested in hearing what she has to say. But let me just piece the story together to all of you. Years ago, when Dabota had her issue with her husband and the social media stuff, as Linda Ikeji's publications, Dabota reached out to a friend of hers to complain about her ex-husband and the whole Linda Ikeji thing, right? And that friend was also Carolyn's friend. And Carolyn was with that friend when Dabota called to lament about her ex-husband. Being the comforter of the afflicted as she poses to be, Carolyn then reaches out to Dabota to encourage her and to talk to her and to, be there for her in her time of need. Okay? She said it's what she does, okay? She even has a foundation and all of that, but she said that's what she does. She likes to reach out to women who are going through stuff to be there for them, okay? Also, according to Carolyn, even when Dabota was trying to start her makeup brand and, get a store and all of that, she involved Carolyn in the process. Carolyn helped her with design ideas and all that, okay? Then, shortly after, or a few months after, Carolyn then, decides to leave her marriage, But she did not know that Dabota was very close friends with one of the people that were disturbing her marriage, okay? Now, I understand this whole concept of people disturbing your marriage, but at the end of the day, it is her husband that was disturbing the marriage, okay? Carolyn, it is your husband that was bringing these women into your home, because from her write-up, one of them even used to enter her bedroom and steal her stuff and snap pictures in her bedroom. So at the end of the day, it was obvious that she was highly disrespected in that marriage and her husband was just a nonsense person, right? So according to Carolyn, in the morning, 7 years ago, she chatted with Dabota, reached out to her, they talked and all was well between them, only for her in the evening to see her on Snapchat in her home, dancing one corner. And you guys know the story, right? You know how the whole thing went, right? Now, my main issue with this whole thing is, why is Carolyn bringing this issue up right now? And she's bringing it up with as much intensity and anger as if it just happened. The way Carolyn is acting, you will think that this is the first episode and she's just seeing Dabota after 7 years. Make it make sense. You guys have been chummy before now. You guys have been acting like all is well and good. You've gone to this person's house, even though from her write-up, she said that Dabota was the one that reached out to her to come visit her. And then 45 minutes to when they were supposed to meet, Dabota says, oh, she sprained her ankle, blah, 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 blah. Then begged Carolyn to come and visit her. Okay, so that's why Carolyn went to see her, okay? Even if that is the case, okay, even if it was Dabota that begged her to come and see her, you acted like all was well. That's what I don't get. She acted like all was well. They've moved on. She was even defending. Anyway, I said all of this in the previous episode, okay? This whole drama seems really forced. That's my point, okay? It seems really forced. And I hope Carolyn was not propelled by production. I'm just saying, okay? I'm not giving excuses for her because she chose to do what she chose to do, right? But I'm just saying, I hope Carolyn was not propelled by production to stir up all this drama for the sake of the show. Because there was a comment I even saw Carolyn make, was it last 2 weeks, where she said something about, oh, this is reality TV. Then I saw her in an interview saying that, oh, when she came the first season, she didn't really know what reality TV was about, but at this time she came prepared, right? Like she came prepared to bring the drama, right? So I'm just hoping that production are not encouraging you to do all of this rubbish, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make you look better. It doesn't serve you. You're just airing your dirty laundry for people that don't really care about you to just be entertained and bash you and move on. You are acting like somebody that is, unhinged. That's how Carolyn is acting. She's acting unhinged, okay? Even if she's not unhinged, even if it is just for the production's sake it's not worth it. That's my point. The long and short of it is that all this Carolyn is doing, whether it is for drama's sake or not for drama's sake, it is not worth it. Not for Real Housewives of Lagos. How much are they paying you for all of this trash, right? But anyway, it's still entertaining, for people that are saying, oh, what will we be watching? You people have a point. What will we be watching if Carolyn is not doing all of this thing, okay? But I just feel like it's too deep. Let me put it that way. It's too deep for Real Housewives of Lagos. Come on now. Carolyn, save your drama. It's not for Real Housewives of Lagos to be doing all of this. Let's backtrack a little bit. Okay, so when Dabota and Dadem were vibing and having fun and kicking and twerking, in her confessionals, Carolyn was now saying that these same ladies who ganged up on Sophia, they're now the ones here embarrassing themselves, looking stupid. I was like, don't see them. Don't see her. So it's paining you that they're now happy and vibing with Sophia. You expect them to come there and be carrying face or not have fun. Like, make it make sense. Because even how she was saying that's Carolyn was even saying, where's the dustbin? I need them to have dustbin view as well. So you are carrying matter on your head will not be your own. Like, just move on. From what I'm seeing, Sophia too wants to move on. She wants to get to know the ladies more for herself. She wants to basically start on a fresh note and just get to know the ladies, and then whatever happens, right? That's what it seems like Sophia is trying to do. Even with the whole hosting and stuff, she was going out of her way to be nice to these ladies. She's calling them my queen. In fact, Sophia, I'm tired of hearing my queen. And this one saying, my queen, my queen. Dabota's one is my love. Okay, love. Even though there's no love there, but it's okay, my love, my love. But I like that part about Sophia. I like the fact that she's able to move on and be nice to these ladies and be the bigger person, irrespective of, you know, what they did to her. Okay, so next it is evening and Sophia is at this outdoor space. She, you know, she's looking good. She says she wants the ladies to just all come out and just chill and just talk and squash beef and just be mature. Anyway, the first to arrive is Dabota, and she says that she wants to have a one-on-one with Dabota. And then Sophia goes ahead to say that, oh, Dabota had reached out to her through a mutual friend, saying that she doesn't like the way things went between them, that she had messed up, you know, their first meeting and their relationship, so she wants to amend things. Okay, and Dabota made a point to correct that impression. When I say I like Dabota, this is what I mean. Dabota did not even just let it slide. Okay, we're trying to make peace, let's just make peace. She was like, that's not how it went. Maybe the mutual friend wanted us to make peace and told you what she told you, but from my own end, that's not how the conversation went. Okay, like, I'm not trying to make peace with you, okay, but if you want to make peace, fine, but don't think that it's coming from my own end. Then Sophia goes ahead to talk about the whole issue, you know, basically saying, basically trying to get Dabota to admit to being wrong, or at least doing something wrong to Sophia, and Dabota refused to admit any wrongdoing. She kept trying to flip it like it's Sophia's fault, like Sophia, the timing, this one, the that one, that, you know, Sophia not bringing gifts for her, which I agree, but, you know, Sophia not bringing gifts for her, Sophia complaining about her room. Dabota just did not want to admit that she didn't treat Sophia nicely. Okay, now I feel like Sophia is expecting too much from Dabota. Let's be honest with ourselves. Sophia herself wasn't a very nice guest. Okay, she aired her grievances. She made it known that she didn't like her room. So at the end of the day, it's like, to me, I feel like it cancels out each other. Okay, she didn't treat you nicely, you didn't take it lying down either. So why are you still looking for extra sorry or whatever? But I still believe that Dabota should have apologized. Okay, she should have apologized for them to squash the beef, but she refused to apologize. She refused to own up to anything. She was still deflecting and pushing all the blame on Sophia. Sophia was like, okay, you know what, let's just agree to disagree. Okay, and then Dabota is now saying, oh, we are both like each other, we're both similar in the sense that we both will stick to what we believe in, and we don't back down for anybody. Okay, as much as that is true, I feel like Sophia actually backed down for Dabota. If you really check it, Sophia was being, in fact, the biggest person, okay, because Sophia was trying hard to meet Dabota halfway, but Dabota was not even trying at all. Like, she was like, she was sticking to her guns, she was standing her ground that she did nothing wrong. Okay, then Dabota then goes ahead to say, oh, what about your friend Carolyn? Have you talked to your friend, you know, because of the way she's behaving, this, that, and this? Then Carolyn then arrives and sits down, very icy as well. She greets Sophia very well, but she just iced out Dabota. No greeting, no pleasantries, no, I don't even think they even glanced at each other. Then she went to sit down. Okay, and then Dabota then brings up again the whole conversation, as in with Sophia, then says, oh, I'm so glad that, you know, we've got to talk things out. It almost felt like she was trying to spite Carolyn, almost like, me and your best friend now are cool, so you're on your own with this your beef. Okay, like, you're just on your own, your person you're even fighting for, me and her are now cool. Okay, that is what it felt like. So Dabota would now say, oh, that next time if you have any issues with me, just communicate with me directly. I came here because you called me on the phone. If you feel some type of way, just talk to me directly. I like when people talk to me directly and stuff like that. Okay, it also felt like shade to Carolyn. Then Sophia now tries to get Carolyn to talk to Dabota, and Carolyn then says no, she doesn't want to talk to Dabota, she's not interested, she's having fun, let them just leave things the way they are. Sophia keeps pushing. Now even Dabota is like, she's not interested either, but Sophia keeps pushing, and she's pushing Carolyn to talk. She didn't push Dabota to talk, she's pushing Carolyn to talk, right? And I felt like that part, maybe again it is production nudging them to bring up the conversation so that they can have drama. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, because the way Sophia kept nudging Carolyn, it was a bit unnatural to me. It felt a bit too much, because even when Carolyn said, "Oh, I'm not in, just leave me, Sophia. I'm having fun. I'm okay. Is this why you brought me here to come and talk to her? I don't want to talk to her. Just let me be." Carolyn, what's her name? Sophia seemed to not get the memo. Sophia did not just let it go. And eventually, Dabota then turns and starts talking about how, oh, when somebody that the last time you met the person, you guys were all, holding hands and saying "I love yous" and all of that. And then next thing you see the person, and the person is, ignoring you, or is giving you attitude. Dabota also said that she would have even preferred it if all the ladies were there, because all the ladies were there when the accusations were being thrown by Carolyn about, trying to poison her, the friend, and all of that, okay? Now, Carolyn in her confessionals was saying that she didn't say anything about poisoning, so Dabota is just making up stuff from her head. And I was like, Carolyn, let's not do that now. Like, come on now. Come on. Do you know what you were insinuating when you said what you said? Carolyn is saying, oh, it's her spirit that did not welcome the whole thing. But your spirit did not welcome the whole thing, because your spirit is telling you that you're in danger of being poisoned. Is it not? What am I reading wrongly here? Okay, let me know in the comment section what exactly Carolyn was talking about. Okay, you were insinuating that maybe not even poison to die, maybe poison to take your destiny. You know how people believe in, I don't believe in some of those things, okay? So I can't really relate to that mindset, but I've encountered people who have that mindset, who are so spiritual and are so, to me, I see it as they are so fixated on evil, they are so fixated on devil and how devils work and how demons work and how the devil can attack them or get them, that they forget who they are supposed to belong to, right? So there are people who have PhD in demonology, that they forget that they are supposed to be followers of Christ, they're supposed to belong to Christ, they're supposed to be children of God. It's almost like, instead of me to build a relationship with my parents, I am there focusing on fighting my parents' enemies. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's me deviating. But I think that's kind of person that Carolyn is. People that are you're so spiritual, every small thing you're thinking about, oh, they're trying to. I'm sensitive in my spirit. I can feel it in my spirit. It's not a good way to live, because you're going to always be very paranoid about people, and any small thing, you're going to take it from 1 to 100, okay? So in Dabota's defense, Dabota was saying, you came to my house, supposed to be in my own care, and you're trying to insinuate that I'm going to poison you or allow you to be poisoned by a friend. That reminds me. Dabota said something that just made me know that, Carolyn, you're behaving like you have square. Okay? You guys, I like Carolyn. No, I don't get me wrong, I actually like Carolyn, but she has square. Because Dabota said that when Carolyn came into her house and saw Ehi, Carolyn greeted and hugged Ehi. Are you seeing where the confusion is coming from now on Dabota's part? You came into my house, you saw this person, you guys greeted and hugged, right? Then all of a sudden you are now ambushing me in front of the ladies and saying that you don't like he, and that he this and that and this and that. And I'm like, I thought you guys were friends. Okay, so it made sense to me why Dabota thought that Carolyn and Ehi were actually cool. Okay, and also in one of my reviews, I remember saying that when Dabota called Carolyn's name, that Ehi had an attitude. That's not what happened. It was actually when Dabota called Sophia's name that Ehi, had an attitude. It wasn't when she called Carolyn's name. Okay, so basically all I'm trying to say is that Carolyn has beef with people but doesn't show it. It's almost like she will have beef with you and she will just be entertaining you until the day she's ready to just switch things up and then come at you with all the bazooka that she has, right? Anyway, so while Dabota was talking, trying to explain all of this, Carolyn now flared up, now started talking about you, that we went to my ex-husband's house, blah 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 blah. And then Dabota then says, I think Dabota then accuses her, because the way they edited this part, it was weird. You have to watch it several times to really understand what happened. But it seems like in the midst of their back and forth, Dabota had accused Carolyn of sleeping with her own ex-husband. That part actually triggered Carolyn. Carolyn then stood up, went to Dabota's face. Carolyn even broke I don't know if it's just glass or a marble table. I think she broke a marble table. Like she hit it and the thing fell. Like she went to get physical, Agbero style. If you guys remember season 1, when like this part reminded me of season 1 when Carolyn said she wore knuckle rings. When she went to have that altercation with Laura, she wore knuckle rings so that she punches Laura, it will leave a mark. It's not that deep, auntie. So the Agbero in Carolyn actually came out, and you know they went back and forth. Then production stepped in and separated them. They showed audio at some point. Then later we didn't see the ladies again. Then we now saw the other ladies arriving. I'm like, you guys came too late. Like, what were you guys doing since that you were not here for this drama? I actually do wish that the other ladies were there so that, you know, things can be more dramatic. But let's see what will happen. Let's see who intervene or who will try to fight who. But the other ladies, that's Diadem, Miriam, and Laura, arrived, and they now saw the broken pieces of the marble, and they were shocked. Diadem kept saying, oh, where is Dabota? Where is Dabota? Miriam was like, she doesn't know what's happening, that she's actually shaking. Yeah, that was where the episode ended. In the next episode, we're going to see what, you know, transpired after. There's also going to be some issue between them and Carolyn, I think. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this episode. What do you guys think about this Carolyn's beef with Dabota? Me, to be honest, I get why she's angry or why she felt betrayed by Dabota. But what I don't understand is why it is this intense right now. Something that happened 7 years ago, you guys were way younger. I'm sure they've both learned their lessons. So why exactly is this drama as heated as it is right now? It doesn't make sense to me. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.